Welcome to the Heart Wide Open Wellness Podcast, where we explore therapy, Kundalini yoga, and all things holistic wellness. I'm Hannah Zachney, LMFT, International Retreat Leader, and Curious Human. Whether you're tuning into us via social media or any of the major podcast platforms, we're so grateful to have you here. Here's to opening our hearts and exploring life together. So welcome to the Heart Wide Open Wellness Podcast. Today we have Randi Moody, who I am so excited to get to know. We have so many mutual friends and have been circling around each other for years, heard each other's names, and I've even attended some of her events at the SAC Song Wine Music Festival, which we're going to do lots of talking about today. But I'm just really grateful that you're here, and thank you for taking the time to share a passion that you have put into a tangible event that people can come and gather and create community and love and just a positive vibration. And we're excited to hear about all of it.
Yay, thanks for having me.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Of course. So let's just start off by sharing what is SAC Song and Wine and how do people find out about it? Just start right there.
Okay, right out the gate. Okay, SAC Song and Wine is a passion project that came to be, I was launching technically March of 2020 when the world shut down. So pivot. We launched it in 2023. It is a music experience, a unique music experience. It's a set of 5 events, May through October. We skip July because it's hot. But I bring out Nashville songwriters to come out and talk about how they came about writing the songs that they write. And they talk about how they connected with the artist who actually sings them. If it's not them, sometimes it is them. And then they perform them. And it's at this beautiful space at Miners Leap Winery. It's very intimate encounter. It's a unique music experience. That's the tagline, really, because it's not your typical concert. But it's very intimate. You get to feel like you're sitting right here with the artist as they go through. You're like, I thought the artist that sang it is singing about his daughter. It turns out it's the songwriter's daughter that they're writing about. So it's just very unique. And tickets are at sacsongandwine.com.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I have been to the venue and I can absolutely echo everything you said. So first of all, you almost feel like you're not even in the local area. It feels almost tropical. I mean, there's the palm trees, the sun sets just gorgeously in the location. There's the beauty of the winery. And it really is something where you do hear these, the songwriting, storytelling events have kind of caught on in the last few years. And people just love stories, right? Because we relate to them so much. Mm-hmm. And you're right, because I know a couple times I'll be like, wait, that song's not about what I thought it was about. Right. Or that wasn't written for him or her or whatever. So, yeah.
I feel like you get a sneak peek behind the curtain of the song and how it really came about. And you feel like sometimes you're like getting information that you shouldn't know. It almost feels that intimate. You're like, wow, we're like getting to the really nitty gritty details, the private moments behind these songs.
Yeah.
And some of them are very vulnerable times for these songwriters. And you just have no idea. Most people think that the artists write their songs, and many of them do, but mostly it's songwriters. And these happen to be the level of like #1 hits. So mostly what you're hearing on the radio, Grammy Award winning, Academy Award winning of country music, high level songwriters. You're right though. It's definitely catching on because we love to hear people's stories. That's my favorite part about it.
We do. I think it opens up something in us as humans just to hear that vulnerability, and it increases our love for music, because I know some of those, I really get to learn the meaning for some of these songs, and then I hear them on the radio after. The song has a whole different meaning.
Yeah,
to me.
And don't you feel like you know them then?
Yes.
You're like, I totally know them.
Yes.
You feel like you have a relationship with the song and that songwriter at that point.
It's very intimate and it's very vulnerable. So I think that we just kind of have a catchy tune sometimes, and we don't take the time to really acknowledge the artistry that is done and the layers of depth in just one song. There are some musicians that write their own music, but for those that have another songwriter write it, I mean, there's layers of professionalism, layers of interest, layers of heart that is just put into these songs.
Sometimes it's the very thing that in all honesty, for some of them that kept them alive. Really, truly. They were like, I was done. I was over it. And somebody had me come in. I had a songwriting appointment and I just didn't want to go. I was done. But they kept their promise. They kept
Mhm.
their commitment and they went in and that was the song that changed their life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think, you know, even from a psychotherapy perspective, like, you know, we journal or we write a
Hmm.
letter in that
Right.
space of vulnerability. And often that is a pivot point
Yeah.
for transformation or for a new understanding or for a new
Yeah.
aha or just really a lifeline.
Exactly. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know?
Yeah, absolutely. And what's different about these events is that the songwriters share those moments with
Mhm,
us. That's why it's
mhm,
so engaging and unique. And
mhm,
they would be like, I was quitting. I was done. This was not for me. And it
mhm.
was that last final ditch effort that like it totally and truly changed their life. It was a song
Mhm.
that just took off and meant something to somebody and it went number one and it literally paid for their house, their livelihood, whatever. It doesn't matter. It just it, so many of those stories come out.
Well, and that it went number one,
Yeah.
it speaks to how many hearts it touched too.
Mhm.
It wasn't the pulse was for everyone, right?
Right. Right.
And I often think when I'm listening to those events, how um, generous it is to give your story away at some capacity.
Hmm.
You know, it's kind of like, and just because some of these songwriters have gorgeous voices themselves,
Right.
you know, they could really sing these songs.
Many.
Yes.
Many. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of it too is, we're all built for something different, right? Some of them
Mm-hmm.
don't want that spotlight. Some of them, that is not for them, even though they have the voice and they have the talent, and that's not their thing. And,
Mm-hmm.
but small engagements like this
Mm-hmm.
are. And so there's space for everyone, you know? It's really
That's
cool to see that pan out too.
that's really beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just realized I didn't also share your other background. So I'm just going to like circle back really quick. And I wanted to share just some details about you. We discovered, I was so excited about this wine that I just wanted to get right in there.
Yes.
But I also just want, so now we'll just learn a little bit about who Randy is. So Randy has been married to her high school sweetheart for almost 30 years.
30 last week. Yay.
That's really impressive. What'd you do to celebrate?
We went to Tahoe.
Fantastic.
So nice. Yeah.
We're
Spent some
lucky.
really relaxing days up there.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. 30 years. And it has raised 3 amazing grown kids, spent over 25 years creating events that bring people together and loving every minute of it. Music, community, and meaningful connections are at the heart of everything she does. And as the founder of RLM Events Incorporated and owner producer of the SAC Song and Wine series, she gets to blend her passion for music and gathering people in the most unforgettable way.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we just
I
learned
love it.
exactly how you do it. And so one of the mutual friends we have calls you the connector,
she said the gift of gather.
gift of gather.
So cute. She pinned that. I'm like, I really like that actually.
Yeah.
The gift of gather. I just love creating moments. And I
Mhm.
often say when I'm wishing somebody a happy birthday or happy anniversary, may you have many memory making moments in the next year to come or whatever. It's just, they're so important and so special. The memories that you make, the moments. And sometimes we're just too busy. We don't stop and enjoy. And so
Mhm.
I don't know. God's just gifted me with being able to bring together people and bring together really special and unique ways of doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of leaned into that.
What does
And
that look like when you lean into? Like, how do you hear it, and then how do you just execute it?
I just feel like he really gave me the gift of understanding details and reading the room and just how to make people feel special.
Mm.
And how is it executed? Literally, for example, at SAC Song Wine, it starts from the moment you pull into the driveway and talk to the first parking attendant.
That's true.
Like my team is incredible. And it's because like I want you to leave feeling different than when you came. And why was it different? It's because of the way that you were treated and the way that you were cared for, hopefully.
Mhm.
And the experience that you had while you were there. And I just want people to have I call it an adult timeout. We were talking about that
Mhm.
earlier. That
Mhm.
just finding joy in the moment. We just need time to just enjoy the moment. We're just racing so hard, so fast all the time. And I just feel like these experiences that I've been able to create over all these years gives us an adult timeout, gives you a time to just relax, be in community, be in the moment, and be loved on. We
Mm.
need it.
We
We
need
need
it
each
so
other.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just really awesome little units of community.
Yeah.
And just to another level with SAC Song and a
Hmm.
beautiful environment and incredible songwriting that, like you said, it gets you vulnerable. It gives you hope. I mean, I've had people laughing their socks off. I've had
Yeah.
people crying.
Yeah.
It's like you go through all the emotions sometimes with these songwriters,
Mhm.
and it's a little therapy session in itself.
Yeah.
Um, it's just we need it. You need to find joy, and I feel like these songwriting sessions are moments of joy for people and their joy.
Hmm.
Mhm.
And to maybe just catch up on the feels too, right? Like you
Yeah,
said, has I've definitely shed a tear out there.
yeah, I have too.
Yeah,
Actually, I do every time. You'll
I
probably see
believe
me.
that.
I stand in the back at the end and literally, usually crying because,
Hmm.
for one, I'm so grateful I get to do
Hmm.
this. Like, I
Hmm.
have tears already. I really
Hmm.
am so grateful I get to do this. And just, I've had people come up to me in the back and just give me hugs and say, "Thank you for doing this.
Hmm.
My marriage is depending on it."
Hmm.
A date night. Like, whoa, it's
Hmm.
just a song. It's just a music event, but it's not.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I do.
So other people have come up and just said, I know exactly what you're singing about. One of the artists was singing about his mom, who he lost to early onset Alzheimer's. And there were so many people that were touched in that audience that night that were given hope.
Hmm.
But it struck a chord big time. And that's what, like you said, journaling, writing
Hmm.
poems, whatever. That's what
Hmm.
songwriting does.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I just love that we get to share that. Yeah.
I am so touched when people find, that desire in their heart that is a God-given desire. And I believe that we don't, because you can't force what you love, right? We were talking, your husband loves basketball. Like you
Yeah.
can't force, you like it or you don't, right? Like there's just a pull. And it's almost, I believe, our responsibility when we have a desire or a love or a passion put within us to go towards it. Like, and there's a real, I think, spirit of generosity of there is enough space for everybody to do all that they need in what you just were sharing a little bit ago too, just by,
Mhm.
there's somebody who wants to be in the spotlight. There's somebody who wants to just
Yeah.
be in an intimate environment. There's somebody that wants to do it at this level and this level and this level. And I just think that's such a positive, necessary reminder for people because it's very easy to say, well, I would love to go write music, but it's saturated. What's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Where there's so many little pockets, right?
Mhm. There is. And you had mentioned that there's so many of these songwriting things popping up everywhere.
Hmm.
And at first you kind of go, ooh,
Right.
competition.
Right. Well,
It's,
we're trained that way.
yeah,
Right.
we're totally trained that way. But then when you remember, you're like, wait, there's enough for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's a purpose for each one of them. And each one of them is uniquely different, I'm sure. Mine
Mhm.
definitely is.
Mhm.
And it's okay. There's something for everybody.
Yeah. And actually the energy lifts each other up
Hmm.
rather than pulls each other
Yeah.
down. So
Yeah.
the more the merrier, so to
Super
speak.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can only imagine even building on things that people have said to you with like gratitude
Hmm.
that reassure you
Yeah.
that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. And I will, as long as the door keeps opening.
Yeah.
It was a tough time, obviously, for many people, many different reasons during COVID. But when you were in the events business and everything is suddenly
Yeah.
nothing, shut down
Particularly
completely, you're like,
challenging. Yes.
well, wait a second. I
Yeah.
was just about to launch. I was launching that week. So they're like, is this the
That
right thing?
week. That's
That
right.
week,
I think we
March
talked about this on the
2020.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, now what? What do we do now? And my husband was, he's 27 years with Enterprise Mobility. So cars on the ground and my events were done. So then it's like, what do we do? Is this what we're supposed to be? I don't know. Everyone questioned lots of things, I think. And I
Yeah.
think it was a good time to reevaluate and pivot and pivot. And I ended up being able to launch a couple of years later, obviously, but I'm so glad that we stuck with it because it's my favorite thing that we do.
Mm.
I think I could probably get more joy out of it than the people that attend. I don't know which way it goes,
Yeah.
but it's so life-giving and so fulfilling.
Yeah.
So I'm just grateful. Yeah.
And so you do what does it look like to plan it? So you do events once a month. You don't do July because it's hot.
It's pretty hot. Yeah.
Although the weather
Although
patterns are
August
so
or
all over the place. I
September.
know that, like, who knows what it's
We'll
doing.
see.
Yes. And then how do you make your connections, and how you've been in radio?
Yeah.
So maybe you could share a little bit about your background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. So radio obviously put me out there with my love of music. So I love music. I was in jazz choir in high school. Thought that I would be a singer, yada yada. Well, don't we all want to be? Well, that's not how I'm gifted. Just a little bit, but not good enough,
Mhm.
But I do have an ear for it and a love for combining events with it. So I've always been an entrepreneur since the day my son was born, because I never went back. I've stayed home and I've done consulting and different things along the way. And most things that I've done have involved events.
Mhm.
And so just elaborating on that and building upon that and just really staying true to the gifts that God gave me, I guess. The gift of gather, as my friend says. It's so
Yeah.
funny. But eventually I was working in women's ministries and doing the women's brunch at one of the churches in town, which was a big event. I
Mhm.
led mops and different organizations. So always event based,
Mhm.
always wanting to gather people.
Mhm.
At some point, it's my husband who introduced me to these two wonderful ladies who founded a festival over in Napa, and he said it's his fault. This is where it all. I blame him. He goes, "You need to meet my wife. She would be really great at this. You need to meet my wife." So, long story short, I volunteered. Like, oh yeah, that was awesome. So I took on a big role with that organization, and so for the last it's been maybe 12, 13, 14 years prior to me launching this that I worked with specifically in the music field. So I ran all their radio promotion. Um, I was in charge of artist relations at different points and worked with artists, connecting them to music supervisors who are the people that put music into movies and commercials and gaming and all that stuff. So I gained a lot of skill sets in the actual music industry through that time, and just you build connections over the years, and relationships. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't realize that part. So
Yeah.
I mean, also, the overnight success doesn't happen overnight, right?
No.
It's like you had these years of cultivating
Yeah.
these skills and these,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had a really great friend who he's down in the San Jose area, and he runs a similar series, and he really encouraged me to and empowered me to do it. And a lot of people talk about it, but then to actually do it is really, really gratifying. And so I'm just thankful for him to help support and encourage. And yeah, there's just a lot of great people out there that you
Hmm.
don't do it by yourself. You do it
Yeah.
with people. I can't do it by myself. I have an incredible family who is totally on board with this, and incredible friends who are part of the team. And yeah,
Mm.
it's awesome.
I always say that if you have a dream that involves other people, it's not just your dream, right? So, and then they appear, right? Then
Yeah.
all the same dreamers come, and
Yeah.
then you go, because it sounds like,
Yeah.
I mean, what a dream that you're making for everybody to work on something so powerful.
Yeah. And I always say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm constantly saying,
Yeah.
thank you so much for helping. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And they're like, and they always tell me, stop it.
Yeah.
We love this.
Yeah.
We're thanking you that we get to do this. And I have to remind myself, oh yeah, we all get to enjoy and partake
Yeah.
in this, because it's just super fun and unique and special. And I think it's impactful.
Yeah. Well, it is.
It's moving people too. So
It really is. I know just in my own experience, some people that I've gone with several times with different groups, all the groups end up going back, or like we're going to take so-and-so back, and
Yeah.
it's just such an experience.
yeah.
I think it is that full emotional release. They're usually on a Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday nights.
So they're at kind of the end of the week, you're winding down, and it's almost like it is therapeutic. It's like, like a movie that allows you to process through emotions kind of on behalf of the characters, that you just feel better when you're done, even if you just got a good cry in or whatever it was. I mean, I don't think I've driven home one time where I'm not playing all the songs too, on the radio.
Yeah.
Like, here's how it, it's done. And
This is about his grandparents.
Yes.
You're like,
yeah.
Yeah. I come home on a high. That's what I say. I'm on a total high. All the
believe
way
it.
home, I can't go to sleep for a long time because we have to download as a family, and we're unpacking and we're putting stuff away, and it's not work. It's
No,
fun.
but it is work.
It is work, but it's not.
Right. So I mean, two-part question. So the first, right back where you were, where you said that and you attributed a lot of your ability to step forward in action based on, it sounded like the support of the people that were encouraging and uplifting for you and
Mm-hmm.
modeled what to do a little bit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people have really great ideas, but then they get stuck, right?
Yeah.
So for you, what advice would you have for people that just have something that they want to move forward on, but
Do it scared.
Mm, yeah,
Do it scared. Anyways, do it. Anyways, what are you going to do? You're going to fail?
yeah,
Then get up and start over. Pivot. I mean, this wasn't exactly the model that I was going to do. I
mhm,
was going to do something a little different, but COVID changed that. So then I could have quit, right? Or
mhm,
I could have been like, who knows when events are going to come back? I don't know.
mhm.
So you just pivot, and just, if you can be resilient and just keep going, do
Yeah,
it scared. I
yeah.
mean, I am someone that struggles with fear of failure, right?
And you said you're a planner too,
And I'm a
which doing it
planner.
scared is hard because you can't plan
Yeah,
for all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah. I think one of the biggest things I learned during COVID was, because I was a planner, and I'm like, we got
Hmm.
right. My middle girl, she's like in the moment. She's like, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you gonna do today? I don't know, Mom. We're gonna figure out today. And I'm like, that's all we can do right now.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. So there is a balance, obviously, to all
Hmm.
that. But do it scared, I guess, because I think you will really surprise yourself what you
Yeah.
can accomplish.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you just go for it.
Yeah. And the gratitude of that is deep when something, I think that some of the biggest faith building moments are when I move before I'm ready. And then I
Yeah.
realize that something more powerful than me and bigger than me is
Yeah.
guiding and holding me steady.
Yeah.
Jump in the leap in the net will appear kind of mentality.
Hmm.
And then once that happens enough, you have more faith to just
Right.
do it.
So then you do bigger things,
Hmm.
scarier
Hmm.
things.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
So this is pretty scary for me, because I've done events for other companies all this time. This is
Hmm.
my own company. That means the buck
Yeah.
stops with you, right?
Yeah.
And also the funding is yours.
Yeah.
So it's a different kind of responsibility when you're doing it on your own. There's a financial impact, obviously. There's a lot of things, but do it.
What kind of
Do it.
pivots have you had to make? Because I think these are some of the things that are so important to acknowledge because, to the outside, things kind of look seamless sometimes.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that doesn't mean that it wasn't seamless in the sense of it's exactly where you need to be
Yeah.
all at all times,
Right.
but it's not as you planned, right?
Right. And for a planner, when it's not as you plan, you're like, ah, shoot.
Yeah.
I've had to give up a lot of control, right?
Mhm.
Release that everything is not going to be perfect, and sometimes it's not going to be exactly how you plan. And that's
Mhm.
that's what I talk about. Our pastor says a lot. What is God inviting you into today?
Mhm.
So when things don't go as planned, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm
Mhm.
being invited into something here. So
Mhm.
let's. I'm trying to get so much better as backing that down and being like, this is what it needed to
How
be
do you hear that?
today. Um, well, if everything is just going awry, like
Uh-huh.
you're like, it's not my plan. So
Mhm.
slow down, take a breath,
Mhm.
and just do what you can do. Control the
Mhm.
things that you can control, and just let go
Yeah.
of the other stuff. My husband's a great voice to me. He's a
Mhm.
great reminder of it is what it is, right? So we'll
Mhm.
just move on. I think God's used him incredibly in my life, reminding me of that.
Mhm.
But just really self-talk as well, and just because I get disappointed, right? When it doesn't
Mhm.
go, not necessarily my way, but
Mhm.
the way that it was planned. Well, it's not the end of the world. We
Mhm.
just need to pivot. And so reminding myself of that. And also, sometimes we only see a number of things of what's going on in the situation. We don't see the full picture. God's got the full picture. Maybe he's working on 10,000 things at once, and we see two
Yeah.
right in front of us or something. So there's a reason things happen the way they
Mhm.
do. And I just have tried to release and let it go and be like, oh, well, all
Mhm.
right, and move on. So, um, I've tried to let go of the stresses more so, let go of the toxicity, all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff. The older you get, somebody said, I don't know if as you get older, if you're just really truly letting it go or you just don't care
Yeah.
anymore.
Maybe a
You just don't,
combination.
maybe a
Yeah.
combination. So I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a journey. I definitely have learned a ton, but stay authentic to yourself. Don't change who you are, all the good things about you
Mhm.
to try and fit in. Carve your
Mhm.
own lane. Because
Mhm.
that's what I tell my girls all the time. Like, God has made you to be exactly who you are meant to be.
Mhm.
Don't conform to
Mhm.
the others because there's just no joy in that. So more
Mhm.
joy in being who you were meant to be
Yeah.
and using those talents. Not everybody can do what I can do, but I too can't. I
Do what they
cannot
can.
be
Yeah.
what they do. I am not an accountant. I am not a spreadsheet person. I am not, a bookkeeper. I am none of those things. I hate that stuff.
Yeah. Same,
I'm
by the way.
creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm creative, and
Yeah.
it takes us all.
It does.
Yeah.
So you are good at asking for help then, I would assume.
Asking for help and getting better at delegating.
Mhm.
Because sometimes it's all in your head, right? Especially when
Mhm.
you're the
Mhm.
the owner of it, or it's all up in here. So
Mhm.
getting good at communicating and delegating is really
Mhm.
important
Mhm.
because if you can't do all of it. And as I'm learning and as we're growing, I cannot be running around and putting flowers on tables. Not that that's
Not important
not
or
important,
yeah.
but I need to be talking to this person right
Mhm.
here. There's meaningful conversations
Mhm.
that are taking place that I need to be a part of. So delegate the stuff
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
easy to delegate, right?
Yeah.
So I have to remind myself that too.
Which is a way that you're honoring your true gift too. Like you're protecting my gift is this, and I'm going to make sure I do this.
Mhm.
And then you're opening space for others' gift is doing
To
the
do that,
flowers, is doing the
absolutely. They're
bookkeeping,
like,
is
please,
yes,
please let
yes,
me decorate. Please let me,
yes,
please let me do those things.
yeah,
So yeah, you have to get good at delegating too.
yeah.
And successful people are not there by themselves.
No, they are not.
They are not.
No,
They
they
are
are
there
not.
because of the people around them
Yes.
and who they bring along with. So I'm constantly thinking all the time. They're like, stop thinking. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
Yeah. No, I feel the exact same way. One of my mentors for me, she always says, you'll be the more people you bring on your team, the stronger you'll be. And I'm like, she's like, and which it makes so much sense, but it doesn't make so much sense
Yeah.
initially because you just
Yeah.
think like I need to do no because I know how to da, da,
Right.
da, and then you realize whoa whoa whoa
Right.
yeah I'm
Yeah.
way stronger with more people
Yeah.
behind me for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah. So I'm imagining some of your pivots have been, I mean, I don't know that any of these are true, but I'm imagining there might be an artist that for some reason has to cancel or is maybe not going to make it or weather or you're out of the winery's out of a supply. I don't know. I mean, I can
Yeah.
only imagine what happens.
Yeah.
So when you're in a moment of, is this event even going to happen this month or
Right.
like how do you manage the stress of that?
So it's interesting because ticket sales are a big thing, right?
Mhm.
That's a big stressor because you bring these people all the way out from Nashville and you want
Mhm.
to provide the experience for them is super important to me as well.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
just the audience,
Mhm.
it's for the songwriters as well.
Yeah.
And you want people to show up for them because I'm so proud of them. I'm so excited to introduce their work to everybody. And then you're like, are people going to show up? That's so scary, right?
Yeah.
So ticket sales are always a thing. Well, ticket trends nowadays are so last minute.
Everywhere in
Everywhere.
yes, in
for
any
everything.
industry,
Yeah.
anywhere.
And you're like,
Yeah.
how do you plan? How do you plan? So literally, I've just had to say, all right, it is what it is, God. Here you go. If this is meant to be and you want it to happen, then yeah. Well, just sitting out in your driveway, coming in here, ticket sales started coming through today. It's
For
on Friday.
Yes.
And I'm like, thank you. Like, it just happens. But that's one I've had to let go and just know it's going to be last minute, and who needs to be there will be there.
Yes. I had that thought when you were talking about the particular audience that was touched by the Alzheimer's story
Mhm.
and just how God must have put those particular people that needed to hear
Yeah.
that, and how you end up going on the night that the artist that you need to hear,
Yeah.
right? The tone and the song or the tenor
Totally.
of that you were there for the right reasons on the
Yeah.
right night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you are also partnering with what are some of you have some vendors or some like causes that you
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Hearts for Heroes is a nonprofit organization that we have spotlighted and highlighted and partnered with for some of these events. We do a segment that's called the SAC Song and Wine Hometown Hero segment. We like to just love on people and recognize people that are doing amazing things. And so initially I aligned with Hearts for Heroes because they too do similar things, and they do great work with therapy dogs and different stuff like that in the firehouses, police houses, burn institutes.
And they bring the dogs out.
And they bring the dogs out. Yeah, so that's fun. So we've had them many times. My family are firefighters as well. And the Hometown Hero segment all started in response to my brother being one of those that was in a not great state. He was having a hard time. And I'm like, man, he's all the way in Florida. What can I do in California to help support? And not that I could do much for him in person because he's so far away, but I could do it for his colleagues or his counterparts or the people here in this side. So what can I do that would mean something and that would draw attention to? And so that was when I connected with Hearts for Heroes, because they support first responders in a big way. So that was one of the things. I like to love on and show off and appreciate different heroes, and they have stories. They all have stories. Like one of the people, our first hero, I believe, was Austin Reed. You might know him. He's a local firefighter who just so inspirational because he's had a heart transplant and he's a first responder and he's an artist, a songwriter. So then he performs. So just awesome stories. This next one is a girl who I actually mentored in her younger years, and she has grown up and she's in nursing school and she's an artist, and she's looking to help so many people through her gift of nursing and such. But she also sings too. So I'm having her out. Just love on people that are doing amazing things with the gifts that they were given too. Yeah.
Yeah. Really just continuing to use what you're creating to lift more and more people and more and more. Do you just get hit by ideas like this, or do you...
I do. I dream it a lot. I wake up and I'm like, I had this idea, and I was like, oh gosh, because a lot of times it's like, we're gonna change the house to
I totally got it.
this is gonna be the office now, or this is gonna be, So it's like, oh boy, here we go. But we do them. I do them. We make them happen. It's fun. So I really hope to here in the future. One of the great causes that are around this area too is if you know Mike Pereira with Fox NFL, he has an organization called Battlefields to Ballfields, and he takes vets and trains them and places them into referee situations. Because vets are really good under pressure. They make decisions quickly. They can withstand the, everybody's so happy. And so he just has a passion for referees. Obviously, that's his career, but also vets. And, coming from a big Navy family as well, vets are another first responders and vets. They just, I don't know, I just have a heart for them. And so I get pulled aside many times at these events, and they're just saying, thank you for thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you for thanking these people. They don't get recognition. So we're hoping to do something with them in September. It's just another awesome opportunity to, I don't know, love people.
Yeah. And I mean, we're going to have to talk more after, because I don't even know if you know. So my husband served 22 years in the Marine Corps, and then he runs a disabled veteran business for firefighters and law enforcement currently. So, we need to. So we will definitely talk about that. And then here at Heart Wide Open Wellness, we actually work with the VA with veterans, and we prioritize doing trauma work and PTSD work for first responders. So those are hearts that I share, and I love that. And yes, we have lots to talk about.
Yes, we do.
But I also, what stood out to me with that amazing, what is it called? The vet to the
Battlefields to Ballfields?
Yes. Something about that is so powerful. And I think more and more people are stepping towards those, like I'm calling it desire or purpose, whatever place in your heart, or like finding these connection points where I really love this and I really love this. How do I put them together? And they're creating new industries, new businesses, new ways of sharing their gifts. And they're so non-conventional, and they've never been done before. And there's every reason in the world to think like, why would that ever work? But they're working
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
And that one is really, really
I love
particularly
it.
amazing.
I love it. Yeah.
Aren't
So
you seeing people doing this more and more?
Yeah.
Though?
Yeah. And so I'm excited to get more involved in that space as well. It's awesome. And the cool thing about what you just spoke about and what your husband's doing and so many others, when you add the element of music,
Yeah.
music heals.
Yeah. It does.
Music is universal.
Yeah. The frequency, everything
Music
we
is
know it does.
moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's where I light up. I'm like, oh, we do that and combine it. It's so fun. It's so awesome.
So for you, some of the tenets are the community, the really like lifting up of others,
Mm-hmm.
and the music. Like those, is there something, I mean, that's kind of like your recipe for what you're doing.
Yeah. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that probably 1,000 times today already.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I do.
How lucky you are.
Yeah. Very,
How lucky you are.
very blessed. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find that people just gravitate to you for this too, like to help you, or do you like how challenging is it to get that support that you need, to build that team around you?
Really great question. So the people that have been around me and my team, they know the magic of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
To put it in words to somebody that I struggle finding the right words, being able to explain what it is. People have to experience it. You just have to experience it.
Yes.
It's
yes,
so
you do.
unique.
Anybody's listening, you need to go.
You just have to go and experience it, because putting it in I put together a little promo video for it, trying to give you the vibe of it, trying to show you all the different elements, and it's still not enough. It's still not enough. You just have to experience it. And so oftentimes it's the opposite of what you're saying. People aren't attracted. It's like I finally am like begging them to go, practically, it feels like. But then they're like, I'm so mad. Why did I miss all these? I had no idea. I'm like, I was telling you.
Yeah.
You know, so, but
yeah,
you just have to experience it, because I think in so many people's minds, it's just another concert. Many people have said, why would I go when I could go hear the artist at Wheatland or whatever? I'm like, okay, go be with 17,000 people.
Yeah.
But it's an experience. It's so much more than just, there's so many things going on. It's so much more than just a concert or whatever. So people are not flocking yet because they don't understand it. It's a little different. Although songwriter shows are a little more trendy, but just they don't quite have the feel necessarily of what I've got going on there. I don't know how to explain it really. I wish I could do a better job. But
well, I
do
think
need
you
to do
are
better.
doing a good job. And I think it's just the similar to where, like, if you take a picture of El Capitan, it's not the same
It's
thing
not doing
there.
its justice.
I mean, you do have, there's an energy, there's a vibe.
Yeah.
But, I mean, music we know is a vibration, it's a frequency. I mean, you can't transmit that in a photo or even a video. Like, you have to feel that. And so I would, with all sincerity, I am going to bring my team. I think that would be just such a beautiful thing for us to share together. And I have been there several times on with birthday friends, or kind of like a reunion of sorts friends, or, different ways to gather. And each time, here's my tip: get there early so that you can get set up and enjoy your talking time, because once the show starts, you really just want to absorb it.
That's right.
Yes, that would be my tip. And you still want to spend time with your friends. So have some time on the front and the back side.
Yeah.
But know that this is something you're really going to be, it is an experience, and you get to, it's an interactive experience, even though you're not doing a lot, it's very interactive, very touching.
Thank you. Yeah. It's awesome. I did have one lady say to me, she's like, the very first one, she's like, my husband did not want to go. They had a long week. They had a bad day. You have to drive out to minor sleep. I mean, from the Folsom El Dorado Hills area, it's like 40-minute drive. It just sounds awful, all the things.
It's always hot.
It's going to be so hot, which, by the way, it's usually cold by the end.
Yeah, it is.
Delta breeze.
Bring a jacket. That's my other tip. You don't think you'll need it, but you'll need it.
And she's like, so I finally, I kind of drug him. And then we got him there. She's like, and I don't know if you noticed, but the guy that was laughing the whole night, the loudest, that was my husband.
Yeah.
It was exactly what he needed.
Yeah.
It was exactly what he needed. And you just don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
No. Yeah. Well, like anything, give it a try, right?
Yeah, give it a try. And each one is so different.
Yeah.
Because some of these songwriters have never played together before.
Oh,
Some of them have, or some of them know of each other, but there is no script. There is no set sheet. It's kind of goes
improv-y kind of.
improving.
Yeah.
It's by feel. Well, you just sang that. Well, then I'm going to sing this. I
Yeah.
changed my mind or whatever. Like they feed off of each other.
Uh-huh.
Many of them haven't sung together. So it's truly a unique, one of a kind situation experience. And you just never know the stories that they're going to dive into or where they're going to go. Sometimes they want to one up each other. Well, you just sang a Blake song. I'm going to sing a Miranda song or something. You know what I mean? Like
Cute.
it's fun. It's comical. It's so therapeutic. It's just really good.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing everything.
Absolutely.
And your journey to get there. And, I think that is as important to share with others as well. And they will absolutely understand everything you're talking about if they go and actually attend. So and I have to ask you, and I know parts of the answer, which I love, but here we ask, how do you live with your heart wide open, even though you've already explained it a million times, but how do you do that?
So I try to wake up in the morning and start each day with what is God inviting me into today.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times we have our lists, right? I've got all these chores. And again, planner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Check, check, check. I want to check those boxes. And oftentimes it's not anything on my list. And then you feel deflated or defeated and it's just not so. God had a different plan. Somebody needed something that day, or you needed to just sit with somebody that day, or your kids needed you that day, or, and it takes over your plan, so to speak. But really that was the plan.
Be interruptible.
Yeah.
Something that it keeps coming up for me as we're talking today is a statement I've heard recently kind of repeated. That's really landing for me is that deep listening is the biggest form of surrender. Mm-hmm. Because if you are really listening and you're listening to the event plan change of the day, right? Like everything's, and you spoke to it. Like, how do you hear when the script is changing, right? Like, how do you hear that? It requires a deep listening. Yeah. And if you're really listening, you have to be responsible to it, which means you let go of what you were going to do and you surrender to whatever is being asked of you, right? It's exactly kind of what you were sharing. And I just think you're doing that. And it's not shocking to me that life is reflecting beauty for you, because I think that's just what happens when we kind of give up and things come in, you know?
There were some things that I needed to let go, and I said it for so long. I need to let go of this so that I can receive something different. And I don't think we do that enough sometimes.
Agreed.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm working on that as well.
Awesome. I do have another question before we end. What is the vision? Like, do you have, is there more like that you are expanding into that you're able to share? Or is there are you just completely content with what is, or is it always evolving?
Always evolving. Obviously I want to grow this one to, it's not near capacity yet. So I want to grow this one. So everyone bring your friends.
Yes. Yes.
We have a beautiful space out there. It's just amazing. But the goal would be to take that elsewhere. Yeah. To multiply it. Yeah. So to do
other locations.
Of it. Yeah. So I would route that to other locations. It's a really amazing concept. I think it's starting to get legs. We're in our third year. I think this is kind of a pivotal time of it where people are like, oh, okay, so you are actually doing it. You are sticking around. A lot of events fail by this point. And we're looking to grow and then multiply to take it to other locations. So to route these same people, to just give more exposure to the songwriters. And not that they need the fame or anything. I just really respect their art. And I want to share that with as many people as I can. And just being able to create those moments for the people that attend too. It really is an amazing time out. And when you settle down and let the speed of the world go by for a moment and take time to just breathe and be, you're so much better for it. Yeah. So much better for it.
Awesome. Well, who knows? Somebody might be listening that has a door opening for you to expand in some way. So thank you for sharing your vision. Yeah. And thank you so much for your time today. Being here. It's been so fun getting to and I can't wait to talk more.
I know.
And then anybody who does want to go, Randi has made a code. It's HWO 2025. So Heart Wide Open 2025 at checkout. on the SAC Song and Wine tickets.com.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get some tickets before the season ends. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us on the Heart Wide Open Wellness Podcast. We appreciate your time, energy, and attention. Whether you're watching or listening, please remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube. Stay up to date with us at heartwideopenwellness.com so you don't miss any upcoming events, offerings, or retreats. Until next time, keep your heart wide open.